Hello, everyone, and a huge festive welcome to you all. My name is Mr. Dilly, and today we're celebrating Christmas, of course. It is Christmas again. I know it happens every year. It's incredible. We've got some of the biggest and best names in the children's world of books and wonder for you today. And the show's packed with stories, fun, some festive surprises, and we've also got a brilliant Christmas, I say brilliant Christmas quiz. I think it's going to be brilliant Christmas quiz coming up later on. So let's get ready as we go into Mr. Dilly's Jingle Books Live. Roll those credits. Here we go. Yes, here we are again, that most wonderful time of the year. It's December, it's Christmas, and we're kicking off the festive season with a lot of fun for you today. So joining with you in your classrooms. Great guests. We've got some recording messages as well for some other guests. We've got an appearance as well from Scrooge. It's me, really, but it's Scrooge and Charles Dickens talking about a Christmas Carol as we go through as well. And we're going to learn about some Christmas traditions as we go through and why we do certain things. Maybe we don't realize them, but and when they all started as we go through as well. Now, let's get into part one. Here we go. Oh, Santa Claus himself there. Look at that. Incredible, isn't it? Now, before we get our first message and our live guests on as well, I want to do a quick shout out, only because I was there last week, to the children at St. Mary's School and Miss Malaband as well. A big shout out and hello and Merry Christmas to you from me as well. Now, let's have a quick message from Jenny Pearson, and then we're going to get all our guests on for our first kind of beautiful game of today, Festive 15. But first of all, Jenny Pearson, here we go.
Hi, my name is Jenny Pearson and I am the author of the Christmas adventure, Operation Nativity. Now this is the story of Oscar and his little sister Molly and how they have to save Christmas after the Archangel Gabriel accidentally catapults Mary, Joseph, a wise man, a shepherd and a donkey to the present day in their village, Chipping Bottom. So they have to round them all up and get them back to Bethlehem in time for Jesus to be born. And I have also written a Christmas puzzle book called Cloodle, Rudolph's Revenge. That has got 80 festive puzzles and a story for you to follow and then solve. So hopefully you might enjoy those on Christmas. I love Christmas. It is my favourite time of the year. I think my favourite thing about Christmas Day is, well, there's lots of things, but I love watching my children and my nieces and nephews open their presents. And then I also really enjoy our family tradition of a game of sardines where everybody has to go and search and then hide once you find the hider. And one year we did lose Granny for quite a long time. We found her under the stairs with a bottle of champagne. I think she had a nice time. But anyway, I wish you have a very Merry Christmas, and that is back to you, Mr. Dilly. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Jenny Pearson there. Lost Granny under the stairs with a bottle of champagne, you know, so there you go. Now we're going to play Festive 15, in which all the authors are going to have 15 seconds. Yes, you heard it. 15 seconds to talk about their entire books. So I'm going to roll the titles, and then, as if by magic, they're all going to magically appear on screen together, and you get to meet them all beaming directly into your classrooms. Here we go then. Here we go. So here we go. All the gang are here. Give us a big wave, everyone. Give us a big wave. So we have Jamie Littler. I'll give you a round of applause. Let's give Jamie a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Laura
you.
Ellen Anderson. Round of applause, Laura. We have Angie Thomas, all the way from the US of A. Round of applause for Angie Thomas. We have Sarah Ann Juckes. Round of applause for Sarah Ann Juckes. And we have Andy Shepherd. Round of applause for Andy Shepherd as well. You're never sure in this whether you should be applauding yourself or not, but I think you should just applaud yourselves as well. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to crack into this now. 15 seconds, obviously, to talk about your entire book. Now, what you can't do, you can't go beyond. You think 15 seconds that people would like need all that time, wouldn't you? But some people like get to 5 seconds and they can't think of anything else to say about their book. So this is 15 seconds. Now, when the time comes, this is what you're going to hear. You're going to hear this voice. So when the 15 seconds are up, you're going to hear this. Okay?
Christmas!
Oh, I don't know what that was.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Yeah, should have said that. Okay, so you're going to hear that when your time is up. Okay, so I've got a timer here. You can't repeat any kind of thing you said earlier in the 15 seconds. Okay, so you can't cover the same part of the story. And obviously try and speak so we can understand some of it, even though you're going to be speaking very, very fast. I understand that. So, Jamie, we're going to start with you. Okay, so now this is a team effort, everybody. So let's give Jamie a nice round of applause. Give him a bit of encouragement. Come on, classrooms. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, so Jamie, to hold up your book first of all, so we can see the cover. So this is Arkspire 3, and we're going to be talking a bit more about that later on. So, Jamie, 15 seconds to talk about Arkspire 3, starting now.
Everything has gone wrong. Due to some very bad decisions, Juniper has pushed away her loved ones when she needs them most in her fight against Arkspire's evil sorceress rulers. The one ace she's got up her sleeve is
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
I know, it's quick. And old Santa there, he's always jumping in, isn't he? It's very, very good. But you started off, it's very hard to start it all off, isn't it? Very hard. Okay, Laura, are we ready?
Okay, I've decided to go.
Okay, here we go. So 15 seconds. So we're talking about Marnie Midnight. Is it the first one?
The first one I thought I'd go with, yeah.
The first one. Okay, here we go. So Laura Ellen Anderson and Marnie Midnight. Here we're starting. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Marnie Midnight involves a boarding school for bugs called Mini Beast Academy, moths with the power of moon magic, weird bugs that grow 3 heads, an ant with a spoon, a part bee, part ladybird, part mystery, a sentient seed with fangs, and of course, a mighty magical moon mystery.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
And that's a very nice end there, just to get into that 15 seconds. Really, really well done there. That's pretty good. Okay, Angie, are you feeling good? Are you feeling ready? Just to say, Angie's coming from the US debate. It's about now 6 o'clock in the morning there. So this is quite a thing to jump onto someone at 6 o'clock in the morning, wherever you are in the world. So Angie, I do apologize, but give it your best shot. Here we go. So 15 seconds. We're going to be talking about Nick Blake and the Remarkables. Is that right? Yep. Okay, great.
Yes.
So on a count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, off you go.
All right. Nick Blake finally has the life she's always wanted, always dreamed of, living in the remarkable city of Uhuru. But now there's a secret cult out to get her, and also her favorite author wants her dead.
You gotta go dead.
Hey. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Okay, here we go. Okay, Sarah, here we go. That was very, very good. Very impressive. To the point. Here we go. 15 seconds starting now. Off you go.
So Eddie feels invisible, almost as if he's made of ice. But can a robin and a strange ghost girl help him find his voice and defeat the monster stalking the forest before it's too late?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
That's very, very good. I have to say, you're very professional. You'd almost think you're like professional authors or something. It's amazing. So it's really, really good. Okay, Andy, now you're gonna finish up here. So you've seen how amazing everyone's been before. You're obviously not going to let the side down here. I think this is going to be quite
I can't hear the buzzer, so you'll have.
You can't hear it. Can you hear the buzzer? Any of you? Can you hear the buzzer?
I can.
I can't hear it, but I might just be my ears.
There might be your ears. Okay, here we go. So 15 seconds, Andy, starting now. Off you go.
Did you know that some dragons grow on trees? And Thomas and Lolly have found a dragon fruit tree at the bottom of their granddad's garden. But what kind of dragon are they going to grow for Christmas? It's a snowy, magical story bursting with dragons and lots of good cheer.
As you can hear the buzzer, you've got a kazoo. He's got a special kazoo playing. Round of applause. Very, very good. Okay, now all our guests here, so Jamie, Laura, Angie, and Sarah will be joining us later on for our quiz. Also, we're going to jump into a bit more about each of their books as well later on as well. And Andy's going to stay with us. But for now, it's goodbye to Jamie Littner. Well done, Jamie, for kicking us off there. Goodbye to Laura Ellen Anderson. Goodbye to Angie. We'll speak to you in a minute. Goodbye to Sarah. We're just going to put the titles up, Andy, and then we're going to... Oh, in fact, I'll tell you what. We'll say goodbye briefly because we've got something else to play, and then we'll be back with you in just a minute. So back with Andy in just a minute. So here we go. That's the end of our Festive 15. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? It's really, really good. Okay, so let's bring Andy back to tell us a bit more about her wonderful book as well. So here we go. So Andy Shepherd, welcome back. Here we go, Andy. Here we go.
Hello.
And back with us again. So listen, I do enjoy that. It's quite fun, wasn't it?
It's always slightly high pressure.
Oh, no, it is. It's really, really precious. So Christmas delivery. We've got Thomas Lolly. Is it Lolly?
Yes, Lolly.
Yeah. A granddad and a brand new sort of snow dragon turning the garden into a winter wonderland. Then nearly everything goes wrong. What was the sort of spark of this story for you? Was it the sort of the snow dragon, the big Christmas delivery, or that sort of feeling of family, let's say Christmas together? What was it?
Yeah, it's funnily enough, the story for The Boy Who Drew Dragons actually started as a picture book idea. So it's really lovely that it's kind of come full circle and that I can now see the dragons in full colour. But yeah, it was very much about celebrating the little moments leading up to Christmas and, you know, being with your family. And yeah, I wanted there to be a little twist on the usual dragon story and the usual Christmas story as well. So
that's really interesting. It actually started as a picture book idea. That was the original.
Yeah, very early on, and then it just sort of grew and grew and grew.
Yeah. How many books were there in the Dragon series before this one?
So there's 6 books in the Dragon series, and then there's this picture book. There's going to be another picture book, and the dragons keep whispering in my ear. So there might be more to come from the dragons.
That's really exciting. So one thing I love about this book is that Thomas and Ollie are more worried about delivering presents to everyone else than what they're getting themselves, really. Was it important to you to write a Christmas story that's really about giving and sort of sticking together as a family? And is there a scene in the book that kind of shows that the best, do you think? Or
I think it's, for me, the relationship between Thomas and Lolly, they're really close. They really look after each other, and they are thinking about their friends and family. And I think that's what we do at this time of year. You know, I think we do think about other people. We do want to share the magic with other people. And so, yeah, it was very much about trying to, you know, like, I love the fact that Lolly is so excited about growing dragons, but she's also excited about, you know, decorating the tree and putting up the decorations and making cards. And then, of course, you know, the snow dragon gets a little bit carried away, and they can't deliver the presents. So yeah,
well, what was it
coming together?
Is it coming together? I mean, that is essentially the message of Christmas. We'll see a bit of that later on with my take on Scrooge. So we'll see what happens. But it's the same sort of message, isn't it? So you said about it was initially the idea of this series was picture books and stuff. Was seeing your writing come to life? So the illustrator, tell me who the illustrator is.
So the illustrator is Sarah Warburton, and she really, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Sarah's work anyway, and I really, really wanted her to illustrate the picture book, and luckily she said yes, and she's just done such an amazing job of bringing the dragons to life. But she's also great at doing people, and there's so much to look at. You know, I love picture books where you're poring over the pages and spotting things, and you know, like I really wanted some end papers. She did these amazing end papers, and there's all these dragons hiding.
That's cool, and look at that, great.
And so you're just, you know, that's the kind of book I used to love poring over with my kids and myself. So yeah.
Is there any particular in the book that she illustrated that you thought, yeah, that's exactly how it was in my head? That I
think, to be honest, I think she absolutely nailed it all. I think she's really, like, if you look at Lolly, can you see Lolly there?
Yeah.
She just captures that, though they feel like real kids. And I think the other thing she does brilliantly are these nighttime scenes. So they just really sparkly and magical and atmospheric, and I'm absolutely in love with Sarah's work.
That's amazing. Can you give us a little? We've got some school questions for you. Could you give us a little reading from it?
I'll read the first couple of pages just to give you a little sneak peek.
Okay, great. I'll hand over to you for that. Cheers, Annie.
Cool. So do spend a little bit of time looking at all the dragons in the pictures. But then we have here, hello, I'm Thomas, and this is Lolly. Isn't that right, Lolly Bobolob? So this is what Thomas calls his little sister. Lolly's pretty excited about Christmas, but she's not the only one. You see, dragons love Christmas too, and we have loads of dragons around here. They're trying to get in through the door and even through the cat flap. The only thing is, they're a lot more trouble than a Christmas pudding. Stirring the cake can get splattery. Making cards can get glittery, which Lolly doesn't mind because she loves a bit of glitter. And as for wrapping presents, well, they can get a bit carried away with that. They also love decorating the tree. And I love Sarah's sparkly Christmas tree that she's done here. But no, not our Christmas tree. And I think this might be my favourite spread. Our secret dragon fruit tree. I love how she's done the dragon fruit tree. You see, here in Grandad's garden, we grow dragons. Dragons with flickering scales and diamond eyes. Dragons that flit and shimmer and shine. We grow dragons who crackle with fire and sparkle with magic. There are rainbow dragons and dragons who glow. Inside every spiky fruit on our tree is a brand new dragon. It looks like one's going to burst out of its fruit today. I wonder what kind of dragon it will be.
Look at that. That is a wonderful illustration as well. And I love that, isn't it? That's
I
really...
know. I literally squeal every time I get her picture.
Oh, it's beautiful. Now, we've got a couple of school questions for you. So thank you all the schools sending the questions. Obviously, we can't put them all on there, but we're just going to give a little couple of questions. They're all kind of Christmassy themed to our authors. Here we go. So Richmond Avenue Primary School, Southend on C. Thank you for your question. What is your favourite Christmas food, Andy?
Oh, do you know what? I love a mint matchmaker.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah,
I love mint matchmaker, and I always only have them at Christmas.
Yeah.
And I do love Christmas pudding, which I never did as a kid. I used to hate Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
But I really love it now. So
I love the Christmas pudding.
Yeah, Christmas pudding. Particularly my mum's, because she makes my nan's recipe, and it's really rich and dark and lovely.
Oh, it is good. Okay, yeah, that's good. So here we go. Christmas pudding and mint matchmakers. There we go.
Mint matchmakers.
Here we go. Hunting Tower Academy, Grantham. Thank you very much. What classic Christmas stories did you like to listen to? So I guess we have a tradition in our family. Even though my children are now grown up, we still share lots of the picture books and things that we read at Christmas in the lead up to Christmas. So there's one that we've got, an illustrated Robert Frost book where we read that every Christmas Eve, and also the night before Christmas. So those are our kind of real favourites, but we've got so many, everything from Out Smelly Sprout to Brian Wildsmith's Christmas Story. We get them all out and we read them every day. That's a wonderful thing. I know, and they do stay with you, don't they, those stories? They just
they really do. And I think that's why I'm so excited about this, because we're so mad for Christmas books.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. Our whole, my sons are just over the moon. And I can't wait to read them this on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's really, really exciting. Now, Andy's going to be with us later on again for our festive quiz. But for now, we can put our hands together and a round of applause. It's Andy Shepherd. Thank you very much, Andy. So we'll speak to you a bit later on. Thanks, Andy. See you then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So Andy there. Now, in a moment, we've got my next live guest. We're going to be talking to Angie Thomas as well. But before we do that, we're going to do this. Is that... show you a little video. It's a brief glimpse of Charles Dickens, sort of, after finishing A Christmas Carol, which you obviously probably heard of, A Christmas Carol. It's a story that changed Christmas forever and helped shape many of the traditions that we still enjoy today for Christmas. The real star of these videos is someone you might know rather well, the one and only, everyone's favorite kind of Christmas grump, Ebenezer Scrooge himself. And across these clips we're going to show today, we're going to show kind of Scrooge and how Christmas kind of affects him across it. We see Charles Dickens a few times, and also there's a few little facts in there about some of the Christmas traditions as well. So let's have a look at this. It's a couple of minutes, and then we've got a Christmas message from Jennifer Killick, and then we're into Angie Thomas and my next live guest. So enjoy this. Here we go.
Children, come, I have news. Good day to you, my friends, and welcome to the Dickens household. And yes, today is the best of all days for two wonderful reasons, and both that put me in high spirits indeed. The first being, my friends, it is finished. My little Christmas book that I've been working on from morning till night for the past 6 weeks flat out.
The story of A Christmas Carol captured the heart of the nation and rapidly spread around much of the world. In 1843, the same year it was published, the very first Christmas card was also made and went on sale. A gentleman called Sir Henry Cole wanted a card he could send to friends and colleagues that wished them a Merry Christmas. 1,000 copies of the cards were printed, and the cards he didn't send, he put on sale for 1 shilling. The plot of A Christmas Carol brought back into the public consciousness the need for Christmas to be centred on family and charity. And at its heart was the man with no heart, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Bug. Well. It's not looking a bad day so far. A nice bit of extracting money by deception and some threatening behaviour. One gets precious little appreciation for being nasty. Bob Cratchit, my sole employee. He asked me if he could have Christmas Day off tomorrow so he could spend it with his family. Well, I said, I don't normally do this, but out of the kindness of my heart. No!
Oh, you rotter!
Christmas humbug! A poor excuse every 25th of December to pick a man's pockets. I don't care if it is Christmas Day. I've got people to kick out of their homes. Cratchit said to me, surely you can't go kicking people out of their homes on Christmas Day. Oh, yes I can.
Oh, that's nasty.
I like being nasty. I like being horrible. And I like throwing people out of their homes on Christmas Day. Ah, humbug, I tell you, humbug! Christmas, what a worthless time of year! Humbug!
The Christmas cracker was invented by Tom Smith, a London sweetmaker, in 1846. The original idea was to wrap his sweets in a twist of fancy-coloured paper. Later in the Victorian period, the sweets were replaced with gifts and paper hats, and he got the idea of a banging cracker whilst watching a log fire sparkling and crackling, and so making sure the crackers went off with a bang.
Okay, so more from lovely old Scrooge. Later on, we got a Christmas message from Jennifer Killick, and then we're going to meet Angie Thomas again. So here we go. Over to Jennifer.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Killick, and I am the author of several spooky book series, including Crater Lake, Dreadwood, and my new series, which is Serial Chillers. Now, you can probably guess that I love creepy, scary things, but I also really love Christmas. It is my favourite time of year, so I'm very excited that I get to give you all a message. So my favourite things about Christmas are the twinkly lights, snow, if there is snow, which I hope there's snow, and just that whole moment we get to have a break from the busyness of life and be together and eat nice food. And I know, though, that Christmas can be also really, really hard. It can be difficult. I've had Christmases that have been difficult. And I think when you feel sad at Christmas, it's the hardest time to feel sad. So whatever you're doing this Christmas, I hope you can find at least some things to enjoy. And I want you to always remember to be kind, but that also means to yourself. So be kind to everyone else, be kind to yourself. And I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Bye.
Lovely message there from Jennifer Killick. Okay, we're into part 2, and we're going to welcome back in a moment Angie Thomas. Here we go. Okay, let's welcome back Angie Thomas. Here we go. Angie, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, good. It's lovely to have you on it. So, you gave us a 15-second festive 15 about Nick Blake and the Remarkables. Now, people, maybe not the children watching, but a lot of people will know you from your sort of YA kind of novels like The Hate You Give and books like that. But Nick Blake and the Remarkables is your first book for this sort of younger audience. I read somewhere, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong about this, that you said it's the book you always wish you could have read as a kid. Is that right in this book? So what made you write this story for this age group, and why now?
Yeah, I loved fantasy books when I was a kid. Those were some of my favorite books growing up. But I didn't see a lot of places that reminded me of home when I read fantasy books. I got a chance to explore a lot of different places, including London through Harry Potter, and traveling all over the world through all these different fantasy books. But I never saw places like where I'm from in America. And so growing up, I was like, maybe one day I could do that when I become an adult. Maybe I can write the book about people having fantasy adventures and having magical abilities right here in my little town in the United States, Jackson, Mississippi. So I finally got a chance to write that book with both the Nick Blake books. So it's been so much fun, but also getting to come up with stuff and not writing traumatic stuff is fun too.
Yeah, but can I just say, so it's part of your story you set in Jackson, is that right?
Yes.
In Jackson. Yes. Did I read some? This is right, and I know there's features in your book, but there's a volcano under Jackson.
Yeah, that was really
right?
fun. That was really
That's
fun to
true.
talk about. Yes, it is so true. And a lot of people in Jackson don't even know it. I had to do some research. And so there's a part of the town, the city that goes up high and then down low. And everybody thinks it's just a big hill, but really there's a volcano under there. And so it's been dead for like over 1,000 years. And I've apparently scared a lot of children by making them wonder about that volcano if it's going to explode anytime soon.
That's amazing. Yeah, amazing. I know it probably is, but that's amazing, isn't it? So tell us, so Anansi, an African American kind of folklore and stuff like that. So tell us who Anansi is, because Anansi is kind of a trickster, kind of god as a part. Tell us who Anansi is and how you sort of weaved in that kind of African American kind of folklore into your story, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, in traditional folklore, Anansi is a spider, a trickster, but he's sometimes a hero. Sometimes you wonder if he's a hero or not. He likes to pull pranks on people. He likes to be tricky. He's very smart and very intelligent, but he could be a little deceptive at times. So he's the kind of character you're not sure about. But in Nick Blake, he's a shapeshifter. So he appears to be a spider, but we're going to find out he could be some other things too. And he's still a little tricky, but in this one, he's got a book full of stories that has gone missing. And it's an ancient book, it's a powerful book, and we found out just how powerful stories can be. And so Nick has to set out to find this book, and she has to go to a city full of giants, a city for merfolk that's underwater, and a tree city for fairies, all in search of this book by this crafty spider.
Are these all kind of like when you were a kid, kind of things that you had in your own imagination as a kid?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I used to imagine a city for giants because I was so short. I'm still short. So I still feel like sometimes I'm in a city of giants. And I imagined a city underwater. I was like, what would that look like? I said, what would it look like to have a water park in an underwater city? Like, how could that work? And then too, I thought about city for fairy folk, and I wanted to put it in trees, and what would that look like, and how you have to shrink in order to go to a city for fairies. So it was really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? As you said, it's nice to be able to probably write something as well that's not kind of like themed in that way, like your YA books, and do something where you can really just let your imagination go. Now we're going to have a reading from you in a minute. Just one last question before I do. We've got a couple of school questions for you as well. So Nick in your book has to balance this, magical power with protecting the people that she loves in the book. At this time of year, a lot of people are thinking about obviously their family, past and present, and what kind of matters in terms of their own kind of lives. What do you hope young readers will take away from Nick's journey in this book? About maybe family or loyalty, or the kind of hero maybe they want to be. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I was thinking about the theme and the Christmas theme. And the funny thing is, in the remarkable world, the power that Nick has is called the gift. And so we think about a lot about gifts and presents right now. And I hope that the message that anybody gets when they read this book is that you're the real gift. Getting presents under the tree is great, but your family, that's the real gift. And we got to hold on to that and cherish it close. Not just this time of the year, but all of the year. So that would be the message.
That's the message. That's a brilliant message. It's going to echo across the entire show today. Andy's already mentioned it. Scrooge. Well, we see what happens to Scrooge. Angie's just mentioned it as well. So, Angie, over to you now. Give us a little reading from the book if you can. Just give us a little taste.
All right. Absolutely. So this is from the Book of Anansi, Chapter 1. My favorite author wants me dead. I'm running down a city street in my pajamas because my favorite author wants me dead. Okay, former favorite author. It's hard to enjoy somebody's books when their prime goal in life is to wipe you off the face of the planet. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a guy who traumatizes kids in his books also does it in real life. Authors, you can't trust them. Get back here, Nicole, he shouts less than a block behind me now. I run faster. The skyscrapers of the Uhuru Tech District tower above me, their floating holographic billboards lighting the way as I turn down a side street. It's got to be after midnight. The sky high above me is pitch black and everything is eerily still and quiet. The Tech District is usually one of the busiest in Uhuru, but there's not a shapeshifter, vampire, rougarou, giant, or fairy in sight. Just one manifester, the one that happens to be chasing me. A ball of fire whizzes past my ear. It strikes a trash can, engulfing it in flames. Killer Arthur growls. So close, he says. I try to will fire into my hands, a juju I've done a dozen times before, but I found I can't use the gift at all. My brain is blank and my body is numb except for this twinge deep down in my gut. All I can do is run and duck. Right on time, too. Killer Arthur sent another fireball zipping past me, and this one caught the edge of my sleeping bonnet, burning a hole right through the silk and singeing my hair. I yanked the bonnet off and keep running. I need to get to my mom's. Her place is in the city, much closer than my dad's, but I don't know where to go. Every block and every building looks the same. I take a left and then a right, but somehow I'm right back where I started. It's like the sidewalk is a treadmill taking me nowhere. That is until I turn another corner, and it leads me into a narrow, empty alleyway. There's nothing but a brick wall ahead of me. Your time has come, Nicole Blake. I turn around. Tyron Porter wears a twisted smile and has a wicked glimmer in his eyes. His face is thinner than the last time I saw him, and he has a thicker beard, and his twists look brittle and unkempt. In his hands, a ball of fire blazes the same color as the golden aura around him. It's just like the one I have. It's hard to believe this guy was once my favorite author and my godfather, my parents' best friend. They went on all sorts of adventures with him growing up, helped him face evil head on, and now he wants to kill me. He stalks forward. I take a step back, pressing up against the brick wall. The twinge in my stomach becomes a burn. My own glow pulses to the rhythm of my heart, brightening with each flicker. The power, it grows stronger, Nicole, Tyron says. Soon it will be too much for you to control. My glow brightens. Show them who you are, Manowari, Tyron taunts. Show them all. I gasp and open my eyes. I'm not in an alleyway. I'm in a bed at my dad's. Tyron's not here. It was just a dream.
There we go. Brilliant. Fantastic. Remarkable. So, Angie, a couple of small questions for you here. This is Christmas themed. Here we go. So, this from Ormiston Clip Primary Academy in Norfolk. Thank you for your question. Mrs. Tempest, Voyagers class. Hello. What have you asked Father Christmas to bring you this year?
Ooh, I have asked Father Christmas to bring me some games for my Nintendo Switch. I just got one. I got the Switch 2. I just got it set up, and that's what I love to do in my spare time is play video games. So I've been trying to find games that won't scare me, won't traumatize me, but I can actually understand and probably have a good chance at winning. So
that sounds good. Have you got any games in mind at all?
Super Mario, anything with Mario. I love Super Mario, Mario Kart, Mario, all of it.
Yeah.
I remember my favorite Christmas memory of all time. I got a Nintendo 64 and I spent an entire year trying to beat Mario 64 and I finally did it on the next Christmas. So yes.
Yay, that's really, really good. Fantastic. Here we go. That's brilliant. Okay. St. John Fisher, Catholic College, Newcastle Underline. Thank you for your question. What is your favorite Christmas tradition and why?
Oh, I love driving around to see the Christmas lights. I don't know if you all do this in the UK a lot, but here in America, like entire neighborhoods will decorate all their homes and they'll have themes and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll see videos online. Houses will do like the most and they will have like lights that dance to music and all kinds of stuff. So I love going around finding the most ridiculous Christmas neighborhoods and driving through with some hot chocolate and just looking at the lights and seeing all the festive stuff.
Do you get like little sort of clusters of people that have kind of all done their lights?
Yes.
Like that? Yeah. That must be amazing.
My favorite though is always when there's a house that's done so elaborately, and then the one next to it will have an arrow pointing that says what they did. So like,
yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good. Brilliant. Okay, Angie, listen, Angie's going to be with us again for our festive quiz, and she's very excited about that. As I said, it's early in the morning, just what you need. First thing in the morning, people asking you questions first thing in the morning. But Nick Blake and the Remarkables is out now. For now, Angie, round of applause. Thank you very much, Angie. Nice to see you. And we speak more in just a moment. So thanks, Angie. So Angie Thomas there, fantastic. Now we've got a Christmas message from Tom Palmer. This is sorry, I've got a terrible cough. This is an exclusive reading from his book Arctic Star, which you may be familiar with, maybe not familiar with. It tells the story of courage, hope, and survival in the snow, and it's a wartime World War II tale. And it's kind of there to remind us that Christmas isn't just about the present moment. As you sort of get older in life as well, you tend to you've got more of life to look back on, and you tend to look back and remember the past and value the people that you had in it, or the people that were in the past that enabled us to get a future. And this is what this reading is all about. He's accompanied here by Iris Palmer on piano. So I hand over to Tom for this. It's about 2 minutes. And then we're back with Sarah and Juckes for the next live guest slot. Here we go.
An hour to go until the late afternoon watch began. There was a crackle on the tubes and the captain's voice sounded. So Some of the men were already on their feet. Was it time? Frank asked himself. Was this it? Action stations. The captain began by wishing them a Merry Christmas. Then he asked them to join him in listening to the King's Christmas message that he was going to relay to them live from home by radio. As the national anthem crackled over the ship's broadcast system, Frank stood as he had been told to. Several men joined in, singing in low voices, looking at their feet or hands. Then, after the music faded, the King's Christmas message, 1943, began. His voice faltering, hesitating before going on.
And once again, from our home in England, the Queen and I send our Christmas greetings and good wishes to each one of you all the world over. Some of you may hear me on board your ships, in your aircraft, or as you wait for battle in the jungles of the Pacific Islands or on the Italian peaks. To many of you, my words will come as you sit in the quiet of your homes. But wherever you may be, today, of all days in the year, your thoughts will be in distant places and your hearts with those you love.
I hope that my words spoke to them and to you may be the bond that joins us all in one company for a few moments this Christmas day. After the speech, the men turned to each other and shook hands, but none spoke. Frank felt shattered, but energised too. He was thinking about his mum at home, listening to the speech on the wireless. He knew she would be thinking of him and listening to the speech too. In the quiet below decks, from one, two, then several places on the ship, they heard singing, floating, up corridors and down ladders. The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Christmas Day, 1943, as HMS Belfast ploughed on through the waves.
And HMS Belfast, if you ever get a chance to go to London, or maybe you live in London, is the ship on the River Thames that you can go and visit. And that is the book that features in Tom's Arctic Star. Important reminder there of how important it is to remember the past, even as we celebrate the present. Now it's time to welcome back my next live guest. Please put your hands together. Welcome back, Sarah Ann Juckes. Hello, Sarah. Nice to have you back with us. Hope you're enjoying the show, and it's lovely to have you on the show today. So, Robin, of course, a beautiful, beautiful book. Very tender, sort of powerful winter story. Can't think you sort of said in your 15 seconds there about sort of courage, finding your own voice. What was your sort of first spark for the story in terms of that? Was it kind of something in your own life or an image or sort of thought you had? What was the kind of thing that made, I need to write this story? What was the thought for that?
Yeah, great question. It was actually a walk, which is actually how a lot of my stories start, is kind of just being in nature and exploring the world outside. So I was taking a walk through Sherwood Forest, which, if you haven't been there, is an absolutely beautiful forest full of these ancient oak trees, which are hundreds of years old. And they just have these kind of looming gnarled branches. And they're just filled with, it just filled the air with like a sense of like stories. Like these trees had sucked in all of the stories they've heard over the hundreds of years that they've been standing in Sherwood Forest. And I was thinking, like, what kind of stories might they hear? And also I was being followed along the trail by a tiny robin. And robins are beautiful birds that can take, they're known in folklore to be able to travel between worlds. So I'm like, well, what would happen if a robin could travel into the story world? What might it bring back into the real world?
Oh, that's beautiful, wasn't it? I've never actually been to Sherwood Forest. I mean, obviously everyone's heard of it because of, as you said, Robin Hood and stuff. But I mean, yeah, that's incredible. Oh, I love that. And also I love robins. It's beautiful. But they are around all year, aren't they, robins? I think you sort of see them, but you just associate them, you know, with Christmas, don't you, in that sense? In your book, there's the family in your book are under enormous strain because of the serious illness. But you balance that with a sense of hope and love as well. How do you do that? Balancing that kind of hopeful bit with the sadder bits and giving also that sense of warmth and comfort that still, you know, runs through the story. That's quite a hard thing to balance out, especially for children. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, it's a great question. And it's really important, I think, because I used to volunteer for an organisation called the NSPCC, which you might have heard of. We used to go around and we used to deliver assemblies to children on how they can protect themselves. And this is something I learned in the NSPCC, is that children have an amazing ability to be able to take on information about like what's going on in the world, and be able to protect themselves from all sorts of things. So it's something I really like to try and put in my book. So for Eddie, he is going through a time where he's feeling invisible because his sister is going through having a big heart operation, and it can make you feel a bit invisible sometimes, and like maybe your stuff doesn't really matter as much as your siblings, and that's where Eddie is in the book. But I think when we're talking about these things, we also need to remember that the world is full of really good stuff, and a lot of that can be found in nature when we go outside. So Eddie finds in the forest, he finds a robin, and robins have an amazing ability to make us feel seen even when we are feeling invisible. There's just something about them. It's like they're brave enough to come up to you and say hello, and that's just really nice, very joyful.
That is true. It's like they're looking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? But I think that's the thing you're saying about that for Christmas time, and this would be the same for teachers and children watching. Well, anybody really, is that it is an amazing time of year, and it's a wonderful time of year. I think because it balances sort of happiness with sadness. You know, you remember things, but like Tom there, you reflect backwards. You know, you look forwards, and getting that balance right. And so even on Christmas Day, you know, they're right next to each other. A lot of those feelings, aren't they? Yeah. As you go through it.
And that's what Eddie realizes, that he himself is like filled with good things and bad things and all together, and that's okay. That's completely normal. You can be happy and sad even in the same minute sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So there's a line that really sticks with me, and it kind of echoes what we've just been talking about, is that courage. I love this. Courage starts small, which is a great thing. What does that idea mean to you, and how does that kind of relate to the children listening to you today?
Yeah, great question. So for me, I think it's that we can just really take small steps to be braver every single day. So when I was a young person, I was really, really shy. And I was quite overlooked in school because I was like so shy. I didn't really want to put my hand up. And this is where Eddie is as well in the book. He's also feeling quite shy and almost like he's invisible. So the small steps that he learns to take are just simple things like putting his hand up in class and volunteering for something. That's a really brave thing. And he meets a friend called Richard, who says it's okay to say yes to things that you want. You don't have to think about other people. So Eddie's always thinking about his sister and what will make her illness worse. So he's like, okay, I can say yes to simple things like, I want a chocolate pudding today because that's something I want, and I want a pizza afterwards, and it's okay to do that.
It is. I would say it's okay to do that every day. I'm only joking, kids. It's not good for you. But I mean, you know, you want it really, a chocolate pudding every day. Sarah, can you give us a little reading from Robin? That'd be brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is when Eddie first meets the robin in the ancient forest. I know somehow that he wants me to follow him. I take a careful step forward, and then another and another. And the robin flies from tree to tree, crossing the path as I follow it with him. He gets faster as I get more confident, and soon I'm running, the cold air stuck in my chest like my lungs are full of icicles. The robin sings again, hurry up, Eddie, and I try my best. Left, right, scrambling up a hill and away from the path, wading through piles of brown leaves that crunch. I crawl under a fallen tree, run through a hole in some bushes, and suddenly, pop, I'm spat out into a small glade that's been cleared of trees in a perfect circle. My breath fogs out of me and my eyes are streaming with water. The robin sings next to me like he's singing something to life. I look around with my water-filled eyes and see only blurry brown grass and empty nothing. I wipe my eyes on the back of one sleeve and my nose on the other. But when I pull my arms back from my face, I see her. An angry-looking girl appearing suddenly like she's been woven from the robin song. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing strange clothing made from animal skins and bits of forest. She's taller than I am and she has a knife tucked into her belt, which Mum would never let me do. Her hair is long and wild, hanging messily down her back with dry mud and leaves stuck in it. There's a lot of strange things about this girl. But the strangest thing of them all is that when I look at her, I can see right through her body to the other side of the glade, like she's made of ice puddles too. I'll stop there on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful. It's a beautiful book. We've got a couple of school questions for you here as well, Sarah. Here we go. So, Spalding St. Paul's Primary School, Lincolnshire. Thank you for your question. What was your favourite toy you received for Christmas when you were a child? That's a cool question. I love that.
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I really wanted what was called a snooze and bear, a little snooze and bear, and it was a teddy bear with weighted hands and feet. So it almost felt like an actual like living thing. Yeah. And I really wanted one. And I just put in all of my Father Christmas letters. And when it came, I slept with that bear throughout, all until I went to university with that bear. I've still got that bear in my room right now.
You still do? I know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I loved it so much. That was definitely the best.
That's brilliant. Okay, this is a funny question. Here we go. So this is King Edward's Junior School Bar. Thank you. Are you on the naughty or nice list?
I love that.
I know. That's a good question, isn't it? I know. What was it? Well, I don't know what you're going to say. I don't know. What list are you on? I don't know.
Well, there's pros and cons to both, actually.
Yeah.
I would say, taking inspiration from Robin, that we are all a little bit on both lists, and that's okay. Sometimes, most of the time, I try to be nice. I think kindness is something that's really underrated. So I try to be kind, but occasionally, if I do want to maybe sneak an extra mince pie and be a little bit naughty occasionally in that way, then yeah, it's okay to be a little bit on the naughty list every now and then.
I think that's a good, especially at Christmas time. It's very, very important. Thanks for your question. That's a really good question, though, isn't it? Really good question.
Yeah, it's really good.
So Robin is out now. Sarah, you're going to be back with us in just a moment for our festive quiz. Yes, coming up, festive quiz. I know, very, very exciting. But for now, round of applause. Thank you very much, Sarah. We'll speak to you in just a minute. So there we go. Okay, so festive quiz coming in a minute. Now we're just going to quickly rejoin Scrooge again, and then we're going to welcome everyone back, and then we've still got Laura and Jamie coming up as well, and some more Christmas messages from you. So let's have a look at Scrooge and see where he's up now on his journey. What's happened to him now? Here we go.
So I got visited by my old business partner Jacob Marley, which would have been fine, except that he's been dead now for 7 years. He came to me all wrapped in heavy chains with a warning to stop being nasty or else. I told him I like being nasty. He told me that before the night is over, I will be visited by 3 spirits to explain the or else. I said to him, 3 spirits? What, gin, whiskey and rum? I thought it was quite good, that one. Humbug, the lot of you. Marley said if I don't stop spending my life focused on nothing but wealth and possessions and stop being so greedy, then my spirit will wander around like him, doomed forever in even heavier chains. Will you stop with the da-da-das? I'm more of a ba-ba-ba humbug person myself. Marley told me the first ghost will visit as the clock strikes tonight at midnight. The second as the clock tolls 1, and the third will come in a time of his own choosing. I said, do I get a discount if I see all 3 at once? Buy 2, get 1 free. No one can force me to change, especially not him and 3 ghostly spirits. I live my life the way I live it.
Christmas, or plum puddings, have been around in various forms for hundreds of years. Originally made of beef or mutton with raisins, currants, prunes, wines and spices. The rich fruit cake called Christmas cake was originally called Twelfth Night Cake and was eaten to end the 12 days of Christmas on the 5th of January, celebrating Epiphany, when the 3 wise men visited baby Jesus. Mince pies, like Christmas puddings, were originally filled with mincemeat such as lamb, rabbit or pheasant, and made in an oval shape to represent the manger that Jesus slept in as a baby.
Okay, there we go. A bit more facts, a bit more Scrooge later on. Okay, Yes, it's the moment all the guests, as I said before the show, it's why they're on the show, really, just for the fun of the quiz. So we're going to put the titles on, welcome all the guests back, and get ready in your classrooms as we play our holly jolly festive quiz. Okay, we're all back again. Fantastic. Okay, right. Very excited. Very excited. Okay, now I'm just going to tell you the rules, people. Oh yeah, this is serious. This is very serious. So in your classrooms, you can play along just by putting your hands up if you want, or you can play in pairs, or you can just write answers down, or just shout out for fun, whatever you want to do in your classroom. We're going to try, if we've got time, have 10 questions. Now, 3 of those questions, I'm going to be playing, or try to play, a part of a Christmas tune on my kazoo here. Obviously, that's not a Christmas tune. And the authors are going to finish the lyric up. Okay, so if we give you an example, this is an example. If I was going to play Last Christmas by Wham, for example, I'll try and get the tune right. So it might be like, and then you'd go, I gave you my heart. You get the idea? So you just, now, in order to do that, and in order to me to come to you to answer the questions, we need to hear your buzzer sounds. So we're going to start with you, Laura Ellen Anderson. Can we please hear your buzzer sound, please? Oh, we can't hear you. We've got no sound. Oh, there we go. No sound. Laura's going to do it mute. Okay, that's good.
Here you go. I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, go on. Here we go. Let's do your buzzer sound.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Bing bong, bing bong. That's definitely Laura. Okay, Angie, what about you? There we go. That'd be fantastic. Jamie? Oh, it's a slightly different pitch there, because that could get confusing, isn't it? Oh, could be controversial later. Okay, Andy? Oh, my Lord! How are you going to do this?
If you don't want another bell, I could go ho, ho, ho.
Oh, we could try. I think keeping all the bells in would be fun. That makes it just a bit more fun. Sarah, we got a bell or no?
No, I've got a bird.
Oh, you got a bell. Okay, so at the moment, Laura, you have the highest chance of being recognised. So this is now, I was going to do this for points, but we see how we get on. So what we can do is here, we can have 10 questions, as I said, and play along in your classrooms. The questions will come up on the screen. Our authors, very important, you cannot answer the question or ring your buzzer until I have completed reading the question on the screen. I'll be very strict about this. Okay, very strict about this. So here we go. Play along in your classroom for question 1 of our festive Christmas quiz. Okay, remember, if you get this right, okay, your year's complete. What can I say? It's brilliant. There we go. So, question 1 coming up. Okay, kids, play along. Remember, in your classrooms, you can't shout the answer out either until I finish reading the question. Here we go. Question 1. What is the name of the green character who tries to steal Christmas from the people of Whoville?
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, I think that could have been Angie. I think it could have been Angie. And yes, what is the answer?
The Grinch.
It is the Grinch. Round of applause, Angie. There, very, very good. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, well done, well done. Does that feel good?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it does. Okay, now I'm going to try and do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a bit of a Christmas tune. Okay, and you got to. I'm going to try and play it. Okay, as you say. Okay? And if you know the next line, the actual words, ring your bell and then sing it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, Laura, it could be you.
Oh, I didn't. I was hoping it wasn't me.
Yeah, do you know? Okay, do you know?
You were on the jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
Well, that's not the right answer. Okay, does anyone know the next lyric? It's something to do with going up. Yes, Sarah.
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh.
There we go. Well done. That's the roundup. There we got a mark for Sarah there. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that in your classrooms. Just want to say, I mean, not to be sort of, big head or anything, but that's not bad kazoo playing, is it? And come on.
It wasn't bad at all.
I really appreciate that because I've been working at it all year. And
you should do an album.
Big deal. Thanks very much. Okay, here we go. Question 3 coming up. Remember, can't ring your bells till we get to the end of the question. Here we go. What colour was Santa's suit traditionally before it became mostly known as red?
Bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, I think that could be Jamie and Laura and Andy all at the same time. So I'm going to give you a 1, 2, 3. You all say the answer at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Green.
It was indeed green. Give yourselves an extra point and everything else. I'm not actually tallying these up, so basically you're going to be winner today. Okay, question 4. Here we go. How are you doing in your classrooms? Did you know that one? It was green. I think it was actually something to do with Coca-Cola, wasn't it? It went red. Or that's what it's thought to be. I'm not quite sure if it was or not. Anyway, here we go. Question 4. In the Snowman film, what does the snowman do when he comes to life? Andy.
He rides up on a motorbike.
Oh,
Well, he does lots of things. Oh, he flies, yeah.
He flies. That's what he does. I'll give you all a point for that one because it's Christmas. There we go. Fantastic. Here we go.
My head went to too many things.
Yeah, I know, too many things. And then you got the sequel, the other bit, and it just gets very confusing. Okay, so here we go. Back to kazoo time. Are you ready for this, children? Are you ready for this, authors? Okay, here we ready. Okay. Oh, I think that could be everybody at once. Come on, let's have a bit of choral singing. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Good tidings
we bring to you.
I wish you were. And this is why they are all writers and not singers. There we go. You see, we all have our failings and we all have our pluses as well. Okay, books are pluses. Okay, singing, not so much. Okay, here we go. Question 6. Here we go. Question 6. Which country is famous for sending the giant Christmas tree that stands in Trafalgar Square each year? I think that could be Andy and Sarah at the same time, possibly.
I think it's Norway, is it?
It is Norway. Do you want to say that as well as Sarah? Because I know.
Yeah, is it city or country?
It's country, yeah.
Oh, country, yeah, Norway.
No, it is definitely Norway. We all agree it's Norway. I think we don't agree. It's all Norway. Okay, this one is on a kind of closest to.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh,
A,
wow.
B, or C is for your answer. How many mince pies do I eat? No. How many mince pies are eaten? Oh, wait, this one off there. How many mince pies are eaten in the UK each Christmas season? Is it A, 10 million? Is it B, 100 million? Or is it C, 800 million? So A, B, or C? Any idea? Okay, well, in fact, let's just go through it or see who's right. So, Laura, what do you think?
I'm going to go with B, 100 million. And I say B.
Okay, I don't know why this keeps clicking off for, but it does keep clicking off. Okay, what about you, Angie?
I'm gonna say B. I have to be very American. I've never had one before, so.
Oh, we'll send them over, don't we? It's going to be great. Okay, Jamie?
I say go big or go home. 800 million.
800 million. Okay, so C, go big or go home. Andy?
Yeah, I'm going for 800 because if there's like 60 million people, I think you get more than 2 mince pies in the season. I think Jamie's right. I think we're going to go big.
Oh, so, okay. And Sarah?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go big as well. Let's go C. I will eat that in one Christmas.
Okay. So, what do you think in your classrooms? Is it A, 10 million, B, 100 million, C, 800 million on average mince pies are eaten every year? Which is the answer, A, B, or C? And the correct answer is, drum roll, please. Very, very good. C, 800 million mince pies are eaten every single year in the UK.
That's amazing.
We are disgusting. I know, that is great. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, so really, really good. Okay, isn't that incredible? That's quite incredible. Wow. Okay, here we go. So question 8 coming up. Okay, so in Home Alone, what country is Kevin's family traveling to when they leave him behind? And G, I think that might be you. Just yes.
France.
It is France. Very, very good. Round of applause, Angie. Very, very good. Excellent. Okay, now my last kazoo playing. Okay, which is I know it's a shame for all of us. Okay. I've got to think about which bit I'm going to play now. Okay, get ready.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, Laura.
And if you ever saw him, you
Look
would
at
say
that,
close.
fantastic. You got it right. Yes, result. Do you get that in your classrooms? How do you get on with that? Okay. And the last question today, here we go. According to the 12 days of Christmas, how many gifts are given in total? Now, I've got the answer here, but I'm going to give you just say a number, and it's the one who gets the closest to this particular number is going to get it. Okay, so any idea? Any idea?
83.
83. Okay, so that's Sarah with 83. Let's put this back up. Okay, Andy?
70.
70. Okay, Jamie?
Oh God, I am so bad at maths. I'm gonna say 85.
85. Okay. Think about how it multiplies up. It kind of gets quite large. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
Angie?
I'm gonna say 65.
65. And Laura?
187.
Okay. Now the winner with the closest number to the actual number is Laura. Well done, Laura. Because the exact number of gifts given, lucky person, is 364.
Whoa.
So that's fantastic. So Laura gets this. Okay. Now we're going to do a little Brucey bonus. I think a little bonus question. Not that we're doing points, but just for a bit of fun in your classrooms as well. Okay. So you get a 3 year supply of cake, apparently, if you get this right. I don't know how. But here we go. Bonus. In A Christmas Carol. Think about this. How many spirits visit Scrooge in total?
Bing bong, bing bong.
Oh, that's right. I think that was probably Laura, just about. Laura, how many do you visit Scrooge in total?
I'm going to say 4 because Marley as well.
That is correct, Laura. But I think you're all going to say the same thing. So I'm giving you all a point. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
So fantastic stuff. So that marks the end of our quiz today. And we're going to be back and saying goodbye to a few of our guests in just a moment. Okay, so it's now time for me. Laura and Jamie, of course, are going to be sort of staying with us in the sense that we've got their interviews coming up and some readings from them about their books. But now it's time to say goodbye to Angie Thomas. Angie, go back to bed.
I am.
Angie Thomas and Nick Blake and Remarkables is out now. So it's a round of applause for Angie Thomas. Thank you very much, Angie. Lovely to meet you. Hope to see you again. Thanks very much, Angie.
Bye.
We have Sarah Ann Juckes with Robin, and Robin is out now for your reading pleasure. Beautiful book. So a round of applause for Sarah. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much. We have Andy Shepherd. Okay, so fantastic. Here we go. Andy Shepherd with a Christmas delivery. Round of applause for Andy Shepherd, please. Thank you very much, Andy. And listen, Laura and Jamie are staying with us. Now, what we're going to do is we've got a couple of other little bit messages to come up. And then we're going to be speaking to you first, Laura, and then, Jamie, it's you to round it all off in Arkspire style later on. But for now, we're going to say goodbye to both of you and bring you both on again in just a moment. So thanks very much, Laura, for now, and Jamie for now. Okay, so we're going to have part 3 coming up now. Here we go. Okay, now we just have a Christmas message from poet Zaro Weil, and then we're going to be bringing back on Laura Ellen Anderson today. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zaro Weil, and I'm a children's poet and author. These are my books. So you can see this is Cherry Moon, illustrated by Jun Lee Song. The next book I did with Jun Lee was When Poems Fall from the Sky. And the newest one, which I'm super excited about, is called, there we go, I Hear the Trees. Mr. Dilly asked us to think about what Christmas really means. And the thing that really sprang to my mind was the idea of abundance. But I'm not talking about the kind of abundance that sparkles on a shelf or the abundance of bright, shiny packages under a tree. I'm actually talking about a different kind of abundance. An abundance that's older, richer, an abundance that we often ignore, but that puts us in touch with the world around us and with each other. Now picture the abundance of a bluer than blue sky, or the abundance of all the twinkling stars over each of us, no matter where we live on the planet, or the abundance of all of those fat, crazy-shaped, big, gray, black, and white clouds rolling wild and free over Earth. Or picture the abundance of tiny things resting under a winter field, waiting to get up and go and be ready for spring. I think that Christmas is a perfect time also to understand how rich in abundance we are with our relations of people close to us, with our special memories, with friendship, with caring for others, and with listening for others and empathy for others. In fact, the more I thought about it, the more I began to understand that abundance is really a lot like love. So my Christmas wish for everyone is to find the abundance around you. And my Christmas hope for the world is that every heart and every home overflows with the abundance of generosity, joy, empathy, and most of all, love. So thank you all. Wonderful to be here with you and to share these ideas. And now back to you, Mr. Dilly.
It's a lovely Zaro word there. Thank you very much for your message. Okay, let's welcome back our penultimate guest. It's time to welcome back Laura Ellen Anderson. Here we go. Laura, you are back. How are you?
Hello.
You good? Everything well?
All is very well. Very
I do
happy to
like
be here.
the sparkles around the neck there.
Thank you. I made the effort.
Yeah, no, you did. Very, very good. Okay, so I know you're. So we're talking about Marnie Midnight, and obviously this is the third book came out this year as well.
Yes.
Laura will be giving us a little reading from the first one, but I just wanted to touch into the third book, if I may, for this one. So Marnie Midnight and the Mini Beast Mission, which is a cool title. That's right. It's really good. So in this one, it kind of reminds me of a few sort of films from a long time ago, and that they go on a camping trip and they sort of wake up in a human house, isn't that?
That is correct. Yes.
So what was it like? Kind of it must have been brilliant having your characters kind of, they are the size they're at, but then essentially like shrinking characters in this giant kind of human dangerous world. What was that? That must have been fun to write, wasn't it?
Absolutely, because I mean, I'm small, but I'm not as small as a bug. And so I had to kind of put myself into the mind of a bug and think, okay, so what kind of crazy bits and bobs would I find in the carpet as I'm walking through? And it was a real challenge for the illustrations as well. So I had to, little things about, for example, the camping trip. So usually when you go camping, you sit around a campfire to tell stories. And I thought, well, bugs can't sit around a big fire because that would be really dangerous for them. So what would a group of bugs use to kind of light the area? And so they get a freelance firefly, of course, and he's paid on the hour to kind of sit there and light up the area whilst they tell stories. And back to the human house, just thinking about how big everything would be when you're a teeny tiny bug. It would just be absolutely huge. And finding bits of biscuit and the odd button, what would you find kind of stashed under the sofa? All the things that you've lost over time, like the remote control. So
yeah. Do you know, it's really weird that, but I don't know if anyone else. Well, obviously you think of, I thought this mainly for your books, I guess. But when you see like something, I don't like an ant or something, or a snail or something like that. But in your case, a moth and stuff, and you think that is like to get from there to there, like we do in a few paces, would take you like weeks.
Yeah, they are surprisingly fast. So I remember in my last flat, 1 minute the wall was clear in the bathroom. Next minute I was cleaning my teeth. This actually happened. And in the reflection, I saw a slug on the wall. And I don't know how it got there because we were on the 6th floor, but there was a slug. And it was really bizarre.
Their slugs are grim, aren't they? They're not. I know and that's not a nice thought that slugs move very fast. That's kind of
and they do in Marnie Midnight. They so they're only slow because they're recharging when they're above ground, but underground when they are providing transport for the other bugs, they move like lightning speed.
Oh, that's grim. I didn't need to know that. That's one of those. That's one of those things. So Marnie, Floyd, and Star in this book, they each bring something different to the group of the characters, and they've obviously been together throughout your 3 books. Obviously they're under pressure, they've got problems, they've got things to overcome and stuff. How does each of them sort of react differently to the pressure they're under? And how do you think they're sort of thinking about friendship and Christmas time and all the rest of it? How do you think their friendship works under kind of pressure? And is that a good thing in the book, or how does it kind of work?
Yeah, I mean, their friendship is tested constantly on their adventures, or sort of say misadventures. But this time, then they're in a really dire situation for bugs. They work together as such a fantastic team, and they've all got such different personalities, which makes them kind of an even better team. So Marnie, she's constantly curious, and she's always trying. The glass is always half full for Marnie. She always tries to see the positive and the best in everyone, even when it's really hard. Whereas lovely Floyd, he panics about everything and he's a bit over dramatic. So, you know, he'll have a little splash of something on him. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. And then we've got good old Star, the very, very grounded ant. And she's kind of the muscle of the group, the teeny and tiniest, but the muscle. And she's kind of there to whip out her spoon if they're under any threat. But throughout this story, they use their strengths to kind of help each other and get through this kind of situation they're in inside the human house. And because every character has their flaws and their strengths, and I think this is where they really show what they're capable of together, and working together is so much stronger than working individually.
It's a bit like that at Christmas, isn't it? You know, we've all got to bring our own strengths to the party, as it were. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're trying to juggle family coming around and stuff. You're the illustrator of these books as well as the author of these books. And your books are full of like little tiny sort of visual details and personality through it. How do the pictures and kind of story kind of grow together as you're doing this? And is there a favorite kind of scene or spread in Mini Beast Mission that kind of highlights something you thought, oh, that's really worked, you know, for me? I was talking to Andy earlier. We sort of said, obviously, but she's not the illustrator of the books, you know, how they kind of, that brings it to life. But this is all in your head. So you're bringing to life literally the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very visual person, and I started illustrating books for other amazing authors before I started writing my own books and illustrating them. And so I always find all of my stories always start with a sketch, a drawing. So everything kind of stems from one original sketch, and I've got them for Amelia Fang, for Rainbow Grey, for Marnie Midnight. And when I am writing the book, I can very much see the scene playing out in front of me. And that really helps with my writing, because if I'm a bit stuck, for example, on a particular scene, I can kind of imagine how it would play out and think, okay, if I were watching this, say, as like a Pixar film or something, how would I see that scene? How would that character react to that one? And what would they say next? And what would make it a really enjoyable like movie to watch, for example? So seeing everything in my head really helps with the writing process. And then I kind of know exactly which bits I want to illustrate. And I think one of my favorite images in Mini Beast Mission is where Marnie is all curled up cozy in a little homemade bug bed, which the human Martha has made for her out of a bottle cap. So she keeps all of the bottle caps and she fills them with petals and leaves, and she takes injured bugs and she looks after them until they're ready to kind of fly off on their own and feel better.
Oh, that's brilliant. Now you're going to give us a little reading. Is this is from the first one, is it?
Yes, I thought I'd go with the first one just to kind of introduce those who might not know Marnie and her friends and the kind of Mini Beast world. And yeah, to give you a little insight, and if you like it, then yeah.
Get the whole lot. Okay, over to you then, Laura. Here we go. That's brilliant. Thank you.
So Marnie, Floyd and the other first-year Mini Beasts followed Squirefly Fred through the flowery archway to Mini Beast Academy. The entrance space was a wide, hollow area within the tree trunk, with hundreds of passageways leading to numbered nooks and crevices. Marnie saw a sign pointing down for the bed burrows, left for the floor of fungi, and upwards for the dining daisy chains, and somewhere called the buckled bulge. That explains the bulging part of the tree, Marnie thought. She drank it all in like the tastiest nectar shake. In the centre of the hollow was a reception desk made of twigs and covered with announcements and posters for weekly dung deliveries, a wriggle or wiggle debate, invertebration day, and an annual great critter contest. Leave your bags with caretaker Wincy, who will make sure they've taken to your bed burrows, called Squirefly Fred. Marnie peered at the incredibly old spider behind the reception desk. She looked as if she'd shriveled up and come back to life again. She's the one, Marnie whispered. She's the one what? Floyd whispered back. Marnie nodded towards caretaker Wincy. The one with the 9th leg. Holy honeycombs, you're right, said Floyd, studying the ancient arachnid. How? Dad said we must never ask about the 9th leg, Marnie cut in quickly. Floyd saluted. Noted. The group of excitable first years followed Squirefly Fred up a wiggly staircase lining the thick tree trunk. After quite a lot of steps and even more complaining from Floyd, the bugs arrived at the entrance to an enormous dome lined with bright green moss. This is the buckled bulge where all assemblies will take place, bellowed Squirefly Fred, his belly still flashing different colours. First years, please take your seats in the front 2 rows. I must return to my bioluminescence balance lesson. enjoy your first day at Mini Beast Academy. And I will leave it there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Laura. So we've got a couple of school questions for you as well. So here we go. So this is from Rickley Park Primary School, Milton Keynes. Thank you for your question. What is your favourite Christmas movie?
That is a really tough question.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I mean, I love The Snowman. The great We're Walking in the Air. It's a really tough one because lots of different movies come on all year round. And I know it's not a Christmas movie, but I always seem to catch Casper on at this time of year. And I think that's my favourite movie. Even though
I've never seen Casper. Do you know I've never seen Casper? I know you're gonna. I know. Look at the look of. I know. I'm sorry. I've never seen
Casper. That's your Christmas mission.
To see Casper. But it's kind of weird, isn't it? A Christmas movie. I don't know about you kids watching. Your favourite Christmas movie. Because as you sort of said, they do kind of change depending on your mood, doesn't it? In that sort of sense,
Yeah, but I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'll go with that because that kind of that's a lovely balance between Christmas and Halloween. Two excellent times of year. So Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely up there in my.
Okay, I'm gonna watch Casper though. I'm gonna give it a go.
Please do.
Here we go. So Cromwell Academy, Huntingdon. Thank you for your question. What is your favourite Christmas song? Obviously, hopefully not one of the ones I massacred earlier. But let's give it a go.
Oh, Christmas song. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's hard, that one, isn't it?
That's a really hard one because I mean most Christmas songs are very cheesy. I don't think, I mean, it's not a Christmas song. Okay, so I'm a big 1990s nostalgia fan, and there's a song that's kind of set in a snowy Christmas scene by a band called Steps called Heartbeat. And I like that very much. And it reminds me of Christmas time. And it was all Christmas themed. I think one of the band get kidnapped by an elf and things like that. Right. It was a great time.
Wait, everyone watching has got to now listen to Heartbeat by Steps. And I'm going to watch Casper by whoever that's by as well. So, Laura, listen, it's been lovely to have you on again today. So, a Merry Christmas to you all. Round of applause. Laura Ellen Anderson, Marnie Midnight. All the books are out now, as well as all of Laura's other wonderful works as well, Rainbow Grey, Amelia Fang as well. So thanks so much, Laura. Nice to see you again. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, brilliant stuff. Okay, now we're going to catch up with Scrooge. Then my last guest, Jamie Littner. I told you it was a long show, but plenty here to get your teeth into today. So let's catch up with Scrooge for a couple of minutes, see where he's at, and then back with Jamie Littner. Here we go.
The wealth and technology in Victorian times changed Christmas forever, allowing middle-class families to take time off work and celebrate over 2 days, both Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Boxing Day is called Boxing Day because servants and working people opened boxes from the wealthy containing gifts of money, with charity and help for the poor becoming increasingly important at Christmas during Victorian times. The lessons expressed in A Christmas Carol were beginning to affect the lives of more and more of the Victorian public.
So the baby Jesus was given special gifts at Christmas time. I'd quite forgotten. We haven't heard that story since I was a boy. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas. Every day. When the kids start singing and the bands begin to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas. Every day. When the kids start singing and the bands begin to play.
So my daily Christmas book was published just a few days back on the 19th of December. And I just received a letter this very Christmas Eve that it is already a sellout. In my book, the three ghostly spirits that are Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas yet to come. They showed Scrooge himself how he used to be a cheerful soul who enjoyed the festive season, but he had become obsessed with making money, and the iron had entered his heart. The spirits made him see, and they transformed him into a kinder, gentler man, making him realize that he had to change his ways so as not to end up like Marnie, forgotten and alone. Christmas, as Scrooge soon realized, should not depend on money or the size of presents, but being amongst family, loved ones, and friends with a generous dollop of Christmas spirit.
There we go. Working out well for Scrooge in the end, you know. So listen, let's welcome the author of Frost Heart, the Arkspire series. Final guest today, round of applause, Jamie Littner. There we go. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Hey, so thank you for waiting around. I know, but it's great. I mean, it's good. I hope you've enjoyed the show today. It's been great to have you on.
I feel so festive now, incredibly festive.
I know, hopefully it gets you in the mood. It's got me in the mood, and it's my show. So this is the third Arkspire book, Revenge of the Misfits. It's an epic kind of finale to your Arkspire series. Your main character, you mentioned Juniper Bell. How would you describe who she is in book one, and sort of for those who don't sort of know her journey, and where do we find her in this sort of final adventure? So tell us a little bit about her and her kind of what she's up to.
Juniper goes through quite a big change. She's she is a thief. She comes from, so Arkspire is built around these huge towers, and the really rich and powerful live at the top, but at the bottom in these huge slums is this place called the Dregs, and Juniper comes from this place. So it's very hard living there. It's very hard to survive. So she's always made a living stealing forbidden magical relics, which is illegal, but this is how she survives. So she's always been very confident. She's very skilled at what she does. Like, she does parkour across rooftops and is good at picking pockets and dodging the law. But she's her outward confidence belies a big insecurity in her. She's very unsure about who she is. She feels very little, like as though she's not worth anything, especially compared to her twin sister Elodie, who is very high achieving, doing great things. And Juniper, she always gets told off by her dad and her sister for doing what she does. But Juniper ends up getting embroiled in this big epic battle against Arkspire's evil sorceress rulers. And during that battle, quite a lot like our Christmas messages today, Juniper kind of stops thinking about herself so much. She stops thinking about who she is and whether she's good or not. And she realizes the ones she loves are in danger from this powerful enemy. And she has to forget about herself and focus on some others, to try and save them. And in so doing, she actually does discover her true worth and who she really is. So she's become from a very rash, she doesn't really think, she's very boisterous, to someone who's actually starting to think about those around her.
It's a really good message, though. And it's a very Christmassy message, but that should be, I mean, it does. I don't know if you find, you found, Jamie, or anyone find watching that kind of thing, when you actually do focus on other people, you do tend to find more about yourself.
Exactly.
And you feel better about yourself, So it's quite an amazing thing.
Trying to help others. You start to see, see yourself in those situations. You start to put yourself in other people's shoes. I think it's a nice thing to do all year round, but I think especially at Christmas.
Absolutely. So, Revenge of the Misfits. Sorry. Obviously, there's a city full of twists, turns, tricksters, all the rest of it, and they are a proper band of misfits. Why do you think? Like misfits make such good heroes in a sense, and is there a particular member that you of this band that you particularly enjoy writing?
I think the reason why misfits make such good heroes is because I think deep down we're all misfits. Like, I think there's this weird myth that we all want to be normal or part of the gang or whatever, but I think we've all got something slightly strange about ourselves. Maybe we hide it, or maybe we don't like others to know. Maybe we're quite proud of it and we openly show our differences. But I think our weirdness, our differences, the way we don't fit in is sometimes what we have in common, and I think deep down we all root for the underdog, the people who aren't better off or aren't super powerful or super strong or whatever. We're rooting for those people to do good and to do well. So I think that's the misfit side. And I think my favorite out of the gang, there's three of them. There's Juniper, Thea, and Everard. And Thea, Juniper's best friend, I really love her. Even though she looks quite sad here, she's usually quite unfazed, like nothing fazes her. There could be a massive magical explosion and a monster rips out of another dimension and she'll be like, cool. She's very hard to shake, and she was always quite fun to write for that reason. She was quite silly, quite fun. She's always in a good mood, supporting her best friend Juniper. And I think we all need a friend like that,
Yeah, well, I'd agree. That's really good what you just said there as well. That sort of misfit. We've all got those parts of our personality, but that's what makes us what we've got in common, oddly.
For sure,
which is very, very true as well. Can you give us a little reading from that? And then we've got a couple of school questions for you as well. So are you reading from this book or an earlier one?
This is from the third book. It's the first chapter. Juniper finds herself alone after the events of book 2. I won't spoil too much. But we join her in the desert Badlands just outside the city of Arkspire. So, The dry earth cracked beneath the girl's boots. She darted between dust-covered boulders and crumbling ruins, pausing only long enough to check the coast was clear. Juniper Bell was being followed. She knew it in her gut, and not by a person. This thing, whatever it was, wasn't human, at least not entirely. She was pretty sure she was being hunted by a shade. The Badlands were a harsh place at the best of times. If it wasn't the merciless sun doing its very best to scorch you from its sands, it was the freezing nights making you question whether the world had ever been warm at all, even once. Mirages and hallucinations weren't uncommon out here, but Juniper knew this was different. She caught quick movements out of the corner of her eye, something slinking in the shadows, close but never seen. "I know you're out there," she whispered as she ran. "You sneaky, ghosty stalker thingy." She didn't appreciate being hunted, not one bit. Her plate was full enough, thank you very much. She kept running, under the shadow of a weathered bridge. Whether it was the shade or some other nasty, Juniper didn't intend to hang around and find out. She could feel eyes watching her every move, mirroring her footsteps like a hungry shadow. As swift as a desert fox, Juniper pressed her back against a crumbling stone wall. Peeking round the corner, she scanned her surroundings. No obvious sign of danger. Sweat trickled unpleasantly down her back. It was still warm despite the setting sun, but she had to return to her camp before nightfall. It was the only remotely safe place in this hostile land. She could see the top of the tower she'd been using for shelter, rising above a ridge dead ahead. It wasn't far. Soon she'd be safe. But those eyes, those hidden eyes, she could feel them boring into her, getting under her skin and making it crawl. "You got this, Junie," she told herself, a phrase she'd taken to saying more and more recently, as if repeating it would somehow make it true. One last deep breath. She ran harder. And I'll leave it there.
Dun, dun.
Something chasing her? Is she imagining it? Who knows?
Who knows? Read the books, find out. Okay, Jamie, we've got a couple of quick questions for you from schools. Again, thank you for your questions. From Year 2 GD, thank you, at Aston Hall Junior and Infant School. What are your Christmas traditions?
Very good question. Thanks, guys. I think we've got like the obvious ones, which I won't bore you with, but we've got there was a really weird one we had when I was a kid. And when Christmas Eve's gone, you've tried to go to sleep, you're super excited about what presents might be waiting for you under the tree. And I used to share a room with my brother, and we would wake up at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, and my parents would insist that we couldn't wake them up until 6. I can't believe I used to get up at those kind of times, to be honest. But so when 6 came along, we would go and wake up my parents all excited. And my dad, every time, would deliberately walk as slowly as he could down the stairs with us desperately trying to get past him. And he was like, got to stretch, got to get my morning. He'd drag it out as long as possible. So yeah, I look back on that very fondly.
Yeah. I at the time must have been like really frustrating. Like,
yeah, get out the way.
Oh no, here we go. So Biggerswade Academy, Bedfordshire. Thank you for your question. What is your favourite, if you have one, Christmas book or story? I guess.
Yeah, there's so many, to be honest. There's so many brilliant ones. But look, this is going to sound really obvious and really typical. But I think the one you've been talking about today so well, I think The Christmas Carol is, to me, is just the epitome of Christmas by Charles Dickens. When I think of Christmas, I see those like Victorian streets with the snow falling down. I think we'll often go to see a play version of The Christmas Carol, and genuinely, I'm not making this up, every time I see it, it makes me cry. I find it really life affirming and reminds you what Christmas is about. And I love ghost stories. I love ghosts. Arkspire's got some creepy ghosty things in it, and just this wholesome, scary, spooky, lovely ghost story. I just think it's perfect, really.
And it works really alongside. He wrote that. I don't know if anyone knows this. He wrote the book in 6 weeks. He wrote that.
That is insane.
He was under a lot of pressure at the time, and he wrote it in 6 weeks. And I think he got it published, pretty much by that Christmas.
Incredible. And hundreds of, over 100 years later, we still love it.
I know, and it changed everything. So it's amazing. So Christmas Carol, that's a good answer, and I probably have to agree with you on that one. It's just It's beautiful.
It's just
and I try and
Christmas
read
in a book, isn't it?
Yeah, and I try and read it every year, and I watched a couple of the movies and stuff like that. So it's really, really good.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah. So it's
Such
really,
a
really
good
good.
version,
So listen, Jamie, thank you very much. Good luck with all the Arkspire books and your latest as well.
Thank
Obviously
you.
out now. All the Frost Art books and other works by Jamie as well. All throughout for your reading and immersive pleasure as well. Jamie Littler, lovely to have you on the show. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dilly.
Thanks. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of the show today. It's been amazing today. I want to say thank you to Sarah, to Andy, to Jamie, to Laura, and to Angie as well. And from the special messages from Jenny Pearson, Jennifer Killick, Zaro, Weil, and Tom Palmer as well. From me to you, I'm wishing you all a very warm and wonderful Christmas. Thank you for joining me today for Mr. Dilly's Jingle Books. It's been a fantastic show. Lots to pack in, but lots you can catch up on. In a moment, I'm going to hand over from the last tiny little bit from Scrooge and Mr. Dickens before we close the show. But have a wonderful Christmas. And remember that kindness costs nothing, but it changes everything. My name is Mr. Dilly, and it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from me. Over to Scrooge. Merry Christmas.
I will honour Christmas with all my heart, and I shall try to keep it all year. I will live in the past and the present and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me, and I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Never, ever again.
And it was always said of Scrooge that he knew how to keep Christmas well. And may that be truly be said of all of us. And so let us reflect upon our blessings, of which each and every one of us has many, and not on our past misfortunes, which all of us have some. So here it is. Merry Christmas. And everybody's having fun. Look to the future now. It's only just begun. And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.